them coming up in just 2 more bouts. But first up, 70 kg, Zain Retherford, James Green, 2 established performers for the United States as they get ready to go again here in bout 14 of RUDIS Supermatch 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is at 70 kilograms. Please welcome to the Dollar mat, Zain Retherford.
Healthy ovation for the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club performer after his great career at Penn State, Benton, PA, 3-time NCAA champ, 4-time All-America, 3 Big Ten titles too, a couple of Hodge trophies as well as the nation's most outstanding college wrestler, cadet world champion, 2-time world team member for the United States at 65 kg, bumped up here to 70 kg to go against the guy that's been the lead performer at this weight for a while.
I can't believe Zain's only 25 years old with all the accomplishments that he's had. He was one of the most feared men in the NCAA during his 3-time NCAA championship run. A lot of tech falls, a lot of pins. He would get guys to quit. They wanted to get pinned in order to get off the mat with Zain. He's a great wrestler.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, James Green.
29-year-old from Willingboro, New Jersey. Again, his ties to Nebraska. Jordan with you, 4-time All-America, Big Ten champ, 2-time world silver medalist at 70 kg for the United States, now training out of the Southeast RTC at Virginia Tech.
I know James very well. We've wrestled many, many hours together. I actually hosted James on his recruiting trip to University of Nebraska many years ago. He's been the standard at this weight class for a long time, but he's got a big task in front of him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 2 periods at 70 kilograms. And now introducing first, wearing the blue singlet, representing Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, wrestling out of Benton, Pennsylvania. He is a 2-time U.S. World Team member and a 3-time NCAA champion. Introducing Zain Retherford. His opponent across the mat wearing the red singlet, representing Southeast Regional Training Centers, wrestling out of Willingboro, New Jersey. He is a 6-time World Team member and a World Silver and Bronze medalist, presenting James Green. When the action begins, your 3rd man on the mat is Nick Mancini.
Green and red, blue for Retherford, and underway here at 70 kg. And that's notable. These guys met 2016 Olympic trials down at 65 kg. Retherford got the win 9-2 there, but now he's come up to James Green's neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know if that was even an accurate representation of who James actually is. When you see him at 70 kilograms, he's a completely different wrestler. Look at that single leg defense right there. Zain was in deep, had him dead to rights, and James just fed him hips, bumped his head back inside, cleared his leg, and now he's back in his stance.
Again, this non-Olympic weight class went down to 65 kg again in Fort Worth last year at Olympic trials to James Green. Again, fell opening round to Joey McKenna, but rebounded to make his 6th world team for the U.S. Finished 7th in Oslo, Norway. Again, the 2 world silvers, 2015 in Vegas, 2017 in Paris.
Well, the unfortunate thing for James Green is he is a true tweener. 70 kilograms is not an Olympic weight class, and so if he wants to ever make the Olympic Games, he's going to have to make the decision to go down to 65 or up to 74. But at 70, it's perfect weight for him. He's very suitable here, and he wrestles well.
Both of these guys have had action so far in 2020. Green going to Turkey, winning silver there. And again, Zain Retherford winning the Kolov-Petrov International in Bulgaria last month at 70 kg.
Yeah, and Zain can scrap. Zain can absolutely scrap at this weight class. Although he's a 65, he's not at all small here. He looks good. I was curious to see how he would look physically going up to 70, but he looks fit. He's got some brawn. He's built up some muscle. He looks defined. I don't think he's small at all for this weight class.
And James Green put on the shot clock. 30 seconds ticking down to try to get a point here. Otherwise, Retherford going to get the first one of this bout.
And good face. You can see how James has elevated his attack rate after going on that 30-second shot clock. He was a little slow pace, came out a little lethargic, but as soon as that 30 seconds went on the clock, he started faking like a madman to his signature double leg takedown. Now he's really working from the parterre position.
Propelled him to the score, 2-0 for Green.
And that's what we want to see more of from him. The gripe from the public about James Green has been he doesn't take enough risk in his wrestling, but when he does, golly, he can go unlike anyone we've ever seen before.
What's Retherford have in store for a potential response here deep in the first period?
Zain's got a good head pinch here, and he releases it, which surprises me. James is back into his underhook where he's strong here. Notice how he's standing up tall. He's really digging here. He's not going to give this position up easily. He wants to score here, but Zain's doing a great job keeping that left arm in, sinks with that elbow, gets himself free.
Final seconds. Looks like the takedown for Green will hang on as the only score of the first 3 minutes.
Great job from James Green. Great job from James Green. I think Zain's adjustments is he has to take a few more risks here. When he shot early on in the match, he was able to get to that single leg right away. Although he wasn't able to finish, that might deter him a little bit. He's been tentative since. He hasn't taken the risk or the shot. He's faking well, he's moving well, but now he's got to elevate it another step, take a risk, and be willing to go underneath and risk it to get that shot off.
We'll see if that is a recipe for a comeback here for Retherford, trailing by a pair.
James is so poised here. He rarely ever gets rattled. He doesn't let you put him somewhere he doesn't want to be. He doesn't move a whole lot, but when he grabs you, you feel the strength and the power that he has. Although he's only 154 pounds, he's still one of the strongest men that I've wrestled. He has an extremely strong, vice-like grip. When he grabs an elbow or a wrist to a drag, he's really hard to get away from.
And you talked about the confidence level at this weight class, feeling like it's been his here for the United States. Seeing if Retherford can knock him off here, again, at 70 kg.
James is a nice guy, but he's territorial. Of course, he sees this guy coming up to 70 and saying, hey, I feel better here. I can compete better here. James is like, oh yeah, I'll prove that you can. And so his job is to prove that Zain cannot. What a great job. I'm going to give one James there. Yep, that's a good call.
James corner looking for a pair. He is too, but does take one. James Green going to advance the lead to 3-0. And the deficit for Retherford just a little bit deeper, under 2 to go.
And so that 3-0 deficit now for Zain is going to be a big mountain to climb. He's going to have to be engaged, but also continue to take those shots. There's no way being down 2-0 with the lack of production offensively should you allow a guy to still be the aggressor and still be shooting. He needs to press the pace. He needs to go now and try to get to a leg.
Under 90 seconds. James Green still authoring the shutout.
Drop that head. Get through it.
Zain's Zain's right back into the pressure here. He's staying forward. Notice he's got the head taps, controlling fingers, moving James to the edge, but James is staying strong here. He's staying poised. Even when he's in the danger zone, he knows exactly where he is, where his footwork should be, and he always finds his way back to the center.
Minute left. Retherford still scoreless. What can he do to change the tide here against James Green?
Well, James can't stop wrestling. We still got plenty of time on the clock. And with enough inaction, he's going to be put on the clock or charged with a passivity and giving Zain a point. Then a takedown for Zain to win it. He's got to control the position here. Go and get another one. If he can get another takedown, another push out, he will finish this match off, and that will be the dagger to solidify this victory for him. Circle, circle. Wow, nice job. Nice job by James Green. Circling back in, close on the edge, and doing just enough to elevate Zain's hips enough. We've seen so many calls on the edge where guys were on their knees that were grounded calls. He circled, elevated his hips just enough to push Zain out of bounds, get the point, go up 4-0. Now head-hands defense for the last 20 seconds.
James Green in total control throughout. Zain Retherford trying to mount a challenge here, but time wasted.
James is being a little too elusive there. They're like, hey, we get it. You're winning. You want to defend, but you got to stand in the center, my man.
And he will have enough to get it done, and he'll do it via the shutout. 4-0 for the two-time world medalist James Green.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 periods, your final score is 4-0. Your winner by decision, James Green. Presenting the RUDIS Winners Award, please welcome two-time Olympian and two-time NCAA champion, Kerry McCoy.
Kerry McCoy in the house, and presenting the RUDIS Award here to James Green, and well earned from him. Again, in control and never let Retherford get anything really started.